11,
Hey, buddy boy.
10.
How you doing?
Good. We're at 10. Sometimes there's like a perfect time to stop if we don't. We'll leave the music. Is it too loud? I still don't know. It's okay. Ron's in the house though. Hey. First of all, guess who ordered me minis? Who had to order me minis? The big guy himself, Ron Jordan.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I have been having an issue ordering them, but Corso said he fixed it. Still not fixed. We'll have to figure it out. So you know what, Ron? Props to you, my friend. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. Hey, my friend. Let's start it off. You got an announcement.
Me, friend?
You just texted me. There's no reason to not mention it up front right now.
Oh, yeah. So I don't know, we don't have a lot of people in here, so it's fine. I don't want to be the one to like, spread anything or say anything out of turn, but I kind of feel
we don't have to if you want to keep it light and just say if I can,
yeah,
not to take your
a good friend of all of ours, someone we know, love, and respect, lost their parent, their dad, this week, maybe last week. I'm not exactly sure. So that's DJ Kaufman. So he, canceled his weekly streams, taking some time for himself, obviously needed. And so I just wanted to, shout that out first and foremost. We're all here as dads and parents, and no one wants to, feel that. I'm feeling that right now, it is what it is. And the secondary reason to that is, to help keep the community together or bring them to a place of, appreciating DJ and his work. Anne is running a series of streams, one on her Twitch channel right after this. So if we all want to go there after this, show our support, love, everything like that, that would be great. Much appreciated.
Yeah, that would be great. I wanted to just, I believe Anne did put, yeah, she did here. I don't know how this is going to come across, but I will just put a quick link over here. I'm not sure how links come through on here, guys, but I'm going to just pop it into the chat. I don't know if you can click that. I don't know if that's an actual navigable link or not. But yeah, Anne did an excellent job. She, I believe, set up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. She set up a few of these. I believe Corso is also joining. I'm now reading right off of her her message right now. So Tuesday, 9 a.m. Eastern. So just after this, really soon on Twitch and Twitter, twitch.tv.anbag, twitch.tv.anbag. You can get on there. Wednesday, exploring webtoons, again, 9 a.m., 10 a.m. on Thursday. Let's learn about the comics team. I'm actually really curious about that. I saw a, I forget what, it was just like a drawing of a character, or if it was an actual comic strip or box or whatever. And I noticed it wasn't DJ's, and I had asked, oh, whose is that? That's awesome. And then they mentioned who it was, and I'm actually forgetting the name right now, so I'm sorry, but it was someone that was on the team, and I said, oh, what a great addition. They're like, well, she's been here for a while, and it made me realize, I was like, okay, wait, hold on, I'm not plugged in enough. So I think it's a great time, not only to support the team and support DJ, but I think just kind of getting the lay of the land and everything there. And then Friday at 9 a.m. So again, 9 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 9 a.m. So right after this, can I ask you to prompt me if I forget about that? And physical comic products, I believe, also on Twitch and Twitter X, whatever. Are we ever going to stop calling it Twitter X? I don't know, man.
I just call it Twitter. Don't feel like changing. Yeah, I was going to say, I part of the 25-hour stream was a session with Corso, and he went into a little bit more detail about like how the team is being built out with a couple more artists. And so we're gonna start seeing kind different comics, like not from DJ, like DJ's, still cooking, still working every day. But he's doing a lot of stuff, and they're, just trying to get ahead. So they're going to start mixing in these comics from other artists. I think there's 3 others, at least 2.
Mm-hmm. Actually, if we're here right now, if you want to hold down the fort for a second.
Got you guys. What's up? What's up? Good morning, Ron Jordan. Good morning, Craig. Who else is in here? Savage Calves. What's up, Jason? How you doing? Jason, would you ever just buzz all your hair off? I know you got a lovely mane up top. I just that would crack me. Jason's one of the first people I thought of, just like all that hair up there, just watching it fall to the ground. Could easily donate wigs off that guy's head. Ryan, all right. Karen Camel. Good morning, sir.
Let me find this. All right, my investigation into the rest of the team is not seeming very fruitful. So, but then again, I'm not really good at it if I'm like under pressure on this, so I don't know. But I do know that it was the person that was relayed to me. I know it was. Oh, here it is. I got it. Maybe no. Who's Sophie Max? Do we know? No, I don't think this is it. Anyway, I'm going to stop while I'm not even ahead and just let you know that, yeah, I think it is a team of 3. So it's okay.
Yeah.
Well, good stuff. Thanks for bringing that up. I think just as a father, I don't, I do. I think lately I've been thinking a little bit about, not being with I don't see my dad enough. Obviously, I think all of us would say that, but to imagine my dad not around, I don't even know if I can imagine what it would be like to not have that opportunity. Now, your father is not around anymore. Am I right?
No, he is.
He is.
Yeah.
So sorry.
I just don't hang out with him very often.
Okay. I guess I'm not hanging out with my dad all that often too, but I feel like when we do, there's no we just kind of like get right back into it, and it's great. But I know I've kind of thought about like, what is it going to be? I don't know if anyone on the couch could mention this, but it has to be the same thing as being a parent and then not being a parent. You can't really understand the type of love that you have for your kids without actually being a parent sometimes. Just like, not having your family around, not having your dad around. I don't know what that feels like. And I'm sure that there is a peace or an understanding. I just don't know what it would be. So definitely a feeling that I almost want to feel before my dad is gone. Right. But my dad also talks very openly, kind of in a joking way, about his death sometimes. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I started doing that mostly because of the the part of stoicism about like reflecting on mortality. Looking at the bad scenarios of life, trying to plan for everything. So I've been doing that a little bit in business and in life. I've mentioned it around the wife and kids. Amy doesn't really appreciate it. The kids they'll react like, what? Why are you saying that? I'm like, well, like there's always an opportunity. There's always a chance. So, every now and then I'll just be like, if this is the last time I see you, I love you. Kind of seems like a hit too soon, but you just never know. So I never wanted them to not know that. What's up, buddy?
Good morning, guys. No, I'm not cutting my hair. Not there just yet.
Just gonna let nature take it from you.
Yeah, it's a little bit. When I go for haircut, my sides are much longer than the top. Kind of puffs out from the sides a bit, so I feel like I got a few days left.
I just want to bring some light over here to these feelings. This is the kind of stuff that I like. To be honest, if I could sit in an emotion and a conversation with people, if I had a choice, I think it would be in these to kind of understand how someone feels and to kind of connect with them. And I'll also say that I'm very self-aware that I can sit in that moment for way too long. And, our friend Dom here has actually called us out before on that, which has been really great. But yeah, I mean, these are feelings and emotions that I'm so grateful. I'm honored to, have a platform here, people actually sharing. So Craig, you've shared your story many times, and I know that it's connected so much with what we end up talking about here in the morning. So thank you again for being there. But I think it's a great reminder as we move into next year, and we don't know what's happening come 2025 and all that kind of stuff, especially with the stream and stuff like that. But we want to make sure that we can understand how to leverage people's lived experiences to help us all out. And then Ron, I think this is something that probably a lot of us could connect with as well, is the idea here of, mourning without the actual loss, physical loss of a parent, but the emotional loss, or, them just not being around in some other way, but knowing that they're still on this earth. So really an interesting thing. So thank you guys for sharing that. That's what the couch is for. First of all, I've always known Jason as more of a buzzed head kid than a long-haired kid.
I've done it before just to cut my own hair when we were younger, for sure. Yeah.
I asked my kids. I did buy a buzzer. Just want to gotta take things off. You know what? It all backfired on me. I asked Sloan. I was like, Sloan, do you want to buzz my head? And she goes, No, Dad, you're gonna look weird. And I was like, all right, what am I gonna do? So we're gonna have to see what happens.
How do you look weird? You still put a hat on and look the same.
That was my thought.
I did do a mohawk. I did once upon a time. I did a mohawk way back in the early 2000s after went on a trip to France. Came back with a mohawk, and Dad was not happy.
Yeah. Well, Dad was always worried about what the other people would say.
Yeah.
If no one knows, I got kicked out of my first college, and the first thing my dad said when he saw me wasn't like, "What's going on? Are you okay? I really want to understand what happened." He goes, "What are the neighbors gonna think?" I don't know, Dad. I'm not really sure what the neighbors are gonna think. I really don't care right now.
I don't know. Let's go ask them. Let's just go get the worst of it out of the way right now, Dad.
Well, I already sent flyers out to everybody, so everybody's gonna know.
About Ryan getting kicked out of college, or about your mohawk?
About Ryan, I didn't even really know when it happened either. I don't think I found out immediately after that.
Yeah,
I remember
strike rule.
I went to visit Ryan. It was at Kutztown, which I almost went to, and I partied way too hard, and you guys kept going, and I was like, "Whew, this kid isn't fooling around."
No, and you know what? In respect of the Pengu drop today, I think the final straw for me was when I found myself doing what's called chili willies out of the bottom of a beer can, which was sniffing vodka out of the bottom of it. And that was probably the thing that ended it all. So not a good thing. When I found myself drinking with the townie, it was strange. It sounds so bad right now. I understand. It was just how things played out, especially that night. There's so much more to this story, by the way. The last straw was someone finding an airplane bottle of Kahlua stuffed in my roommate's bag or box or something in our dorm room. And they're like, "That's it." And I was like, "Oh man, that's it? The other thing wasn't it?" So big stories. We can always talk about it as we go. But guys, I have a question. Deep, strong, hard pivot. Let's get back over here to parenting all things. Dom, don't let me forget to redirect us to Anne's stream after this. Guys, unexpected moments. That's what today was all about, right? This could be the moment. This could be the moment that I remember you guys most. This could be the moment that other people that I've been posting with recently are actually watching us right now. This might be the moment that they first see me. No one knows they've been really trying to get monetized, so things have been getting crazy lately. But my question is this: a small moment, an unexpected moment, guys, an unexpected moment with your kids that stuck with you for years. Now, my kids aren't that old. Dom's kids are older. Couch, is there something here? What's one moment with your kids that's kind of just stuck with you? You didn't think that it actually would. I have mine, but I want to kind of know, guys, is there something that just like burns in your head when you think back to it about your kids right now?
Mine was recent. I think I already brought it up. It was last week. It was after Thanksgiving break. Junior ran up to me and gave me a hug in the pickup line, which she doesn't normally do.
Yeah.
And I was like off that week, and that broke my wall down, and it was really cute. And like the image of her running to me to give me a hug was like burned in my head, with like her sleeves kind of like dangling past her hands.
Mm-hmm.
And I was walking back to the car, and I was like, had my sunglasses on, and I was trying to contain. I started tearing up. That's probably like number one from the year, or at least in recent memory. That was pretty awesome.
It's a good one, man. I'm glad that it's there. You've also shared it before, so I know it's a good one for you.
Yeah. How about you, Don?
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to think back. Sometimes I have trouble like thinking back. I don't think my long-term memory really works very well sometimes. But going back a little bit to earlier in the year, when my wife finally cut our son's hair, like took him to the barber, and like he went from like long curly hair that he's had since he was a baby to like just a normal haircut, but you could see his whole face and everything like that. That was an event. So they didn't tell me they were doing it. Like I knew it was coming, but they didn't tell me that they were doing it that day. So I literally got off the road and walked in the door, and they were waiting for me. That was an intense moment, because it was like my baby becoming a big boy.
Yeah, I like that one. I recently told my oldest, I was thinking about this. I don't think I said this so far. I was folding my kids' clothes, and I subconsciously was folding my oldest clothes. And I took one of her shirts and I was folding it up, and I had folded it like an adult shirt. And, because like, usually with like the kid shirts, you kind of like in the middle, you take like the sleeves, put them together, whatever. And then, with like working in retail for so long, when I was in high school and college, there's a way to like fold it and then you put it down, makes it look nice. I folded like that without even thinking. And I was like, oh no. I was like, she's getting older. It was like a cute little moment, but it was one for me to be like, oh man, I didn't even realize that was happening. But I gotta be honest, guys. I think showing up here every day has been really helpful for me to not let some of these moments slip by. And so it's like every single day, it's been really helpful to kind of be there in the moment, which has been really cool. I was just thinking about one more. The thing I'm probably going to remember most, because I like the idea here of thinking, and maybe this can, again, if I love people who are observers. I've been an observer, like no need to comment on anything, but I do hope if you're listening, just take a second, think about this and reflect. But I liked the idea of thinking about like, it's not these big surprises. It's not like the big trips or vacations. It's not like these huge special events that make the most memories. And that thought, as I was kind of thinking through it, right, these small everyday interactions. Jason has his breakfast that he's mentioned before. Dom, you have like right when you end up getting home, especially from work, and you take such good advantage of the weekends. there's one thing in particular I'm always going to remember, and it's my daughter's desire to go get a croissant with me up at this one coffee shop in our neighborhood. And it's always going to be there. And she's always going to want to do it too. And I love it. And so it's like, it's never going to be so, it hasn't been something that's been so huge that really sticks with me. And I think it does stick with her too. So yeah. Spontaneous, unplanned. Those are the moments I think we have to get ready for. But that's what I'm grateful for. I think it's just finding those moments, having those moments, and now reflecting on those moments. So thanks for being here for that, guys. I appreciate that.
I think lately it's for me, from referencing the reading, it's and it's probably, I guess it's like the main theme what we're talking about. It's, for me, it's when the kids are asking for these like spontaneous interactions or little hangouts as you're doing something that is normal. Like laundry is a great example that Ryan brought up. I just put in the chat, my middle asked me to watch a movie that I've already watched before, but she just saw it and she's excited about it. So I am more there for her first experience and honoring that, instead of saying, "Oh, I watched this before. Wait until this part." Shia LaBeouf went crazy once. I'm not doing anything. None of that. That's when I'm observing and just kind of enjoying her first experience.
Ryan, I like that one. I think that is a funny one. I feel like there's so many things that our kids have reserved in their head, and that, when they feel as comfortable enough to just let it out, I think it's so special. And Jason, I was just thinking about jokes. Like, how many jokes do our kids tell us now these days? It's like, it's a horrible joke, but like, obviously you want to sit there and just appreciate that they're going to tell you a joke.
Oh no, when a kid tells you a joke, you laugh.
I don't know, sometimes, no, you're right. 100%.
And you definitely tell them, I never heard that before.
What do you guys think about the idea here of parenting not being big lessons or planned moments, that it's just like this constant thing that's ever revolving?
Are you talking about as like parenting as a whole is evolving?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm thinking this is like, if we go into each day thinking that there's a lesson to be given or that we're going to plan something, I think we miss things like, say, a small gesture, like my daughter giving me a note one time that said, "I'm angry at you." And I was like, "Oh, this is awesome. I love this." Like, it's a different way for you to tell me you're angry. But like that small gesture, or like the tone of voice that we end up having, right? Or, what I'll say, Jason, I think you can definitely relate to this. I think having that humor in all kinds of moments. Our dad is a very funny guy. And so I think having these like spontaneous moments and seeing how our kids see us react to different situations, I think that's all parenting, right? But there's just things that we really can't plan. And so I think if anything, I'm asking, how do we feel about that? Should we lean more into the big lesson? Should we lean more into the planned moments? Or is it just the spontaneous things that we did? Like, I don't know. I didn't think of that when I didn't have kids. I always thought, yep, it's going to be up and breakfast and Danny Tanner moments, but it really isn't at all. So,
yeah, it's definitely evolving, and it should be evolving. I would say if it's not changing, then, I mean, I'm a big fan of the saying that if you're not growing or evolving, you're dying. The big lessons, it's like sometimes I have like the thoughts in my head of what's going to happen when so and so happens. Like, let's say, what's going to happen when Kira or one of my girls goes through like their first heartache? How am I going to navigate through that? Right. Or what's my role when Kira gets her first period? like we're planned for it. We're definitely at the time when that's going to happen. So those are in my head, but I think all those really tiny lessons that maybe you aren't even saying anything. It's like, I think you have the opportunity with whatever you're doing when you're together. Like, a lot of the lessons might even be unspoken. It's more like, what are the girls seeing you do based on certain situation? Like how, when something when a problem arises, like sometimes when me and Kristen are talking about, like, let's say we're talking and discussing about like an unexpected bill or something that like kind of jumps up. It's like, are they going to see us disagree and argue about it, or are they going to see us discuss it and figure out the best way to deal with it? Right? Like, those are, I think a lot of lessons we're teaching, maybe even without knowing what we're doing.
100%. Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's it. I always go back to that book, The Rabbit Listened. Sometimes it's just being right there. And Ron looks like he's been in some of these breakup conversations. I'm sure Ron's pulling out those soft skills to definitely help.
However, on the other hand,
hold on before you go. I want to be respectful of going on with the community. I know we have like 2 minutes before the top of the hour. I'd like us to get ready to hop over to Anne's stream, if that's cool. Make sure that we can take care of it. Without diving too deep, though, any last words at all?
Dom, you got anything? I always feel like, Dom, you might have some good pointers on those kind of moments.
Like I said, I'm trying to rack my brain and think, and I think a lot of the times, like as far as like the hard and heavy moments, I think I miss those. I think I get into my head or kind of think that, like, it's not my place with my girls, and my wife will handle it and stuff like that. So, I was kind of sitting there thinking, like, my daughter's been through some breakups, but oddly enough, like, she seems to be the one doing the breakup. So she, is arguably just cool with it. Like, it's not an emotional thing for her. I think because she didn't ever really seem to be connected with them. And I don't know, that might be a whole nother problem or something like that. And so that's something where, like, I think I've kind of talked to Brian and Blaze on the back end and say, like, my connection with my older daughter isn't as deep as I'd like it to be. So I'm striving to do better with my younger ones, while trying to break the barrier between me and my older. So yeah, I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm like all over the place right now, but
maybe we can keep chipping away and thinking about how we can. I feel like it's got to be so tough, though, because it's like, again, you can't force those moments in with your daughter. She has to be accepting of them. My only thought on that has always been, I found that my kids, although they're younger, have always best connected with me with a planned event, and it wasn't as if it was something so reactive. By that I mean, like, hey, we're going to go to the bookstore, instead of them kind of being like, oh, we need a new book, okay, let's go, right? So planning to go to the library, that kind of stuff. I think they kind of like look up to you in the moment, and they are connecting with you a little bit more. That's just my own thought. It's not a Dom do this, it's not a directive. So anyway, guys, all right, let's think about jumping over there. Jason, I know I cut you off, and I'm so sorry. We can maybe revisit it back tomorrow, because I think we're going to have a very similar.
I'm good. I said what I said. I said what I wanted to say.
Hey guys, slow down. I think, think about one interaction with your kids. Take that moment, right? Ron, whether you're in the car, Jason, whether you're eating breakfast or dinner, Dom, if you're just hanging out with your kids once you get home here on Thursday or Friday, right? We can make it count. I am probably going to think about putting my phone down a little bit. Been a little bit of phone heavy lately because of some recent goals I've been having, but that's okay. I'll take care of it, right? We can be present. These moments can last forever. Good things. We're going to make it work. Okay. Guys, we love you. See you soon. Head over to
See you
Ambag
guys.
stream. What was it again? Twitch.tv
Yeah, I put it in there.
/Ambag. I'm just reading it. All right, cool guys. See you. Bye.